Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec. I'm back with another video for you guys. Today's video is TryHackMe, Advent of Cyber 2024, and this is task 29, hash cracking, day 23. You want to know what happens to your hashes? Sounds very interesting. Hopefully y'all are ready to learn something today, so let's go ahead and take a look at what this task has to offer for us. The story. As time went on by, something seemed funny. Mayor malware and the source of his money. Sockmas grew closer, so the glitch better move it, gain access to the wallet so that he could prove it. Glitch has been investigating how Mayor malware funds his shady operations for quite some time. Recently, the mayor disposed of various old electronic equipment. One was an old tablet with a cracked screen. Being an avid connoisseur of active and passive reconnaissance who does not mind dumpster diving for the greater good, Glitch quickly picked it up before the garbage truck. Surprisingly, despite being in a terrible condition with a cracked and hazy screen, the tablet still turns on. Browsing through the various files, one PDF file that caught his attention was password protected. It is time to work with Glitch to discover the password and uncover any evidence lurking there. All right, learning objectives. By finishing today's task, you'll learn about hash functions and hash values, saving hash passwords, cracking hashes, finding the password of a password protected document. Hash passwords. Before we dive further, it is helpful to learn how passwords are saved in authentication systems. A long time ago, before security was a thing, passwords were stored in clear text along with the associated username. When the user tries to log in, the system compares the provided password with the account with the saved one. Consequently, if a user forgets their password, someone with enough access privileges can look at the table and respond with something like, the password for Joe Blogs is ASDF1234. This was a terrible idea, especially since a database can be stolen and its content leaked online. Unfortunately, users tend to use the same password for different services. Consequently, if an adversary discovers Joe Blog's password for another service, they will try to or try it on on Joe's other accounts, such as email. That's correct. That's why password reuse is such a bad thing. To protect passwords, even in the case of a data breach, companies started to save a hashed version of the password. For that, we need to use a hash function. A hash function takes an input of any size and returns a fixed size value. For example, SHA-256, secure hash algorithm 256, creates a 256-bit hash. In other words, 256 sum and then file name. We'll return a 256-bit hash value regardless of whether the input file is a few bytes or several gigabytes. In the terminal window below, we demonstrate this with one file being 2.3 gigabytes and another being 13 bytes. You can see that down here. Okay. Therefore, instead of saving the password ASDF1234 verbatim, its hash is saved. For instance, if MD5, which is message digest 5, is being used, then this hash right here would be saved. Problem solved. Not really. Firstly, MD5 is not considered insecure. Secondly, in addition to choosing a secure hash function, we should add a salt, i.e. a random string of characters, to the password before hashing it. In other words, instead of saving hash in the password in the table, we save hash password plus salt, along with the salt. Consequently, when the user tries to log in, the authentication system takes their password along with the saved salt, calculates its hash, and compares it to the saved hash value. If identical, they are granted access. This makes the saved password more immune to a variety of attacks. Although it is recommended to use a modern secure hashing algorithm to calculate the hash value of the password, concatenate it with a random salt before saving it, reality is not that shiny. In many cases, there are issues in implementation, be it due to negligence or ignorance. In a recent story, a social media platform was discovered to have saved 600 million passwords in plain text for 7 years, despite all the security guidelines warning against that. In other words, password cracking is not over yet. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Be sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Once you subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell. All right, so you know every time I post a new video. As you can see here, most people that view my videos, view my channel, are not subscribed. Now, if you do subscribe, it will help me get into the YouTube algorithm so that we can continue to grow our glorious community here. As always, thank you all for taking the time to watch. Have a nice day and enjoy the video. Password protected files. On day 14, we saw how Mayor malware intercepted network data to eavesdrop on the village. Technically speaking, he was attacking the confidentiality and integrity of data in transit. Today, we will explore how to view his password protected document. Technically speaking, we will be attacking the confidentiality of data at rest. One aspect of our security requires us to protect data while it is stored on any storage device. Examples include a flash memory drive, smartphone storage, laptop storage, and external drives. If an adversary gains access to such drive, we don't want them to be able to access our files. Protecting data at rest is usually achieved by encrypting the whole disk or specific files on the disk. On the other hand, encrypted storage in files can pose an obstacle for the good guys who are investigating a criminal case. Digital forensic investigators need to find a way to access the plain text files to prove or disprove any wrongdoing. In this case, for his private investigation to succeed, Glitch must figure out how to access the encrypted PDF file on the disposed off tablet. Glitch needs to play an offensive security role to break the security of the protected document. Passwords. Opening a password-protected document is impossible unless we know or can find the password. The problem is that many users prefer to pick relatively easy passwords that they can remember easily and then use the same password across multiple places. Have you ever wondered which passwords are most commonly used? According to one source, the table below shows the top 15 most commonly used passwords. Interestingly, many users have opted for QWERTY, the first 6 consecutive letters on a QWERTY keyboard. All right, so you can see several different passwords here in their rank. So number one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, password, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, QWERTY, etc., etc. Of course, users might get a little bit creative and might replace a character with a symbol. They might append the current year, a memorable date, or a few random characters or numbers to the original word. Knowing that Mayor Malware has a cat called Fluffy, some passwords we expect him to come up with are Fluffy Cat and Fluffy 2024 unless he uses his name or title and creates a password such as Mayor 2024. And then oftentimes you can possibly come up with some possible passwords via OSINT, which is open source intelligence. So you're browsing social media websites, looking into particular employees or target organizations, and then building some password criteria off of what you observe from their social media, etc. Connected to the machine, this is what we need today, VM, split screen, and you can connect directly to the VM. As you can see, I'm using split screen here for now. We're going to see how this looks. If I think it's too small here, then I'll switch over to the full screen mode. But here's the creds on how to connect to it. So you can also SSH SSH to the machine using the following credentials here: user, then TryHackMe 123 exclamation point. Demonstration. Enough learning about password storage and password choices. It is time to crack some passwords. We will be covering the following: cracking a password found in a breached database, finding the password of an encrypted PDF, data breach and hash values. Mayor Malware had an online account in a now defunct forum that was breached, and all its user data was leaked. After checking online, we were able to retrieve the mayor's password in hash format. It is listed below. All right, so we have the username and the password hash right there. We want to discover the original password. The first step in our approach is to figure out the type of hash function. Then we will try to hash different passwords from a password list until we find a match. We have saved the above hash value in home users AOC 2024 hash1.txt file for your convenience. First, we will go to the AOC 2024 directory and then display the contents of hash1.txt, copy the displayed hash, selecting the text in the split view will copy it for you. Next, we start one tool that helps us identify hashes by issuing the Python hash id.py. Paste the copied hash, right-clicking with your mouse will paste the copied text into split view. Finally, we quit the tool using Control-C. The interaction is shown in the terminal below, so let's go ahead and just follow along here for convenience sake. Copy and paste comes in handy here. So we're in here, I'm going to cat the file here, get the hash. Okay, let's go ahead and clear all this junk out of here. There we go. There's the hash. And then now we need to use Python and then open up this tool here. So let's fire this off. Let's copy this hash first. Okay, so we have it copied now. And I didn't want that in there, but so let's delete all this out. Okay, now let's run this tool, place the hash in there, enter, there we go. Okay, so let's continue on. Next, we will try passwords from Rocky.txt, a popular password list, password word list from a real data breach. The command is as follows. So we're going to use John the Ripper, it looks like here. So John, format raw SHA-256, because this is what it came back as possible hash, right? The number one. So that's what we're going to try here. Now, this isn't always correct, but trial and error, that's just part of the game here. It says John, starts John the Ripper. The Jumbo Edition is installed on the machine. Dash dash format equals specifies the hash format, which we have figured out earlier that it is most likely SHA-256. And then the word list here, the word list that you're going to be using, hash, the file containing the hash value you're trying to crack. In our first attempt, John calculated the 256 hash value for every password in rocky.txt and compared it with the hash value in hash1.txt. Unfortunately, no password was found as shown in the terminal output, but we're going to try it ourselves here. All right, so we'll clear all this stuff out here and then paste information in there, let it run. Sometimes this can take a long time when you're cracking password hashes and stuff. All right, but it looks like it completed and of course didn't find anything as I just said over here. Says there's a high chance that malware has made some information or transformation to his password. For example, he might have replaced A with 4 or added a couple of digits to his password. John can start from a long password list and attempt various common deviations from each of the passwords to increase its chance of success. This behavior can be triggered through the use of rules. Various rules come bundled with John the Ripper's configuration files. One is suited for a lengthy word list, dash dash rules equals word list. Adding the option dash dash rules equals word list to your John command line generates multiple passwords from each one. For instance, it appends and prepends single digits. It does various common substitutions. For example, A can replace with the at sign, I can replace with the exclamation point, and S can replace with dollar sign. Many more mutations and transformations are part of these rules. You can check all the underlying rules by checking the list.rules word list section in etcjohn.conf. John's configuration file. Unlike the first attempt, using John with this option should crack the hash for you. So let's go ahead and let this run. So I'm not sure how long this is going to take. So let's go ahead and clear all this stuff out. Okay, and paste. There we go. All right, it says we should note that John will not spend computing resources to crack an already cracked password hash. Consequently, if you repeat a command that has successfully found a password earlier, you might get a message like no password hashes left to crack, see FAQ. Let's say that you executed the command listed above and you received the password. Then the next time you want to see that password, you would use John with the dash dash show option. For example, John dash dash raw equals or format equals raw to the 6 show hash one. All right, so if we want to try this out, we can see the password there, right? So if we were to run this again, like it said, it wouldn't find it. So try to run it again, see nothing left to crack. But if you do this, it'll come back as the password we found up here. Okay, that comes in handy. So let's continue on here. Data breach and hash values. Glitch has discovered Mayor Malware's password used on the breached online forum, although there is a high chance that this password will be used to access other online accounts created by the mayor. Glitch does not want to go that route as it would violate the local laws and regulations. Absolutely true. Instead of attempting anything illegal, he focused on the data he discovered in the mayor's trash. There's one interesting looking PDF file that happens to be password protected. You can help Glitch break it. The first thing you need to do is to convert the password protected file into a format that John can attack. Luckily, John the Ripper Jumbo Edition comes with the necessary tools. The different tools follow the same naming style, format to John. The terminal below shows a few examples. So if you did ls, blah, 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 you can see all the different stuff in there you can use. Okay, so let's continue on here. You are interested in a password protected PDF, therefore PDF to John.pl should do the job perfectly for you. In the terminal below, you can see how to create a hash challenge from a PDF file. This hash value can later be fed to John to crack it. So if we want to do that, we're just going to copy and paste this over. Okay, paste this in there. Looks good. Clear all this out. And then cat PDF hash. There we go. It says the first step to consider would be trying a long list or long word list such as rocket.txt. Moreover, you might even use a rule such as dash dash rules equals word list to test derived passwords. In this case, neither approach works. Mayor malware has picked a password that does not exist in these public word lists and is not derived from any word found there. Knowing Mayor malware, we see that he holds dear, which can hint at what he would consider for his password. Therefore, you need to create your own word list with the following word list. Now, that was what I was explaining earlier by doing OSINT, looking at social media posts and stuff like that. Come up with your own particular word list for the target. So we got Fluffy, Fluffy Cat, Mayor, Malware, Mayor, Malware, and save it as wordlist.txt. All right, so hopefully I have Nano on this machine. Let's find out. So wordlist.txt. Oh, okay, it's already in there. Awesome. Okay, well then, that saves us the trouble from putting all that stuff in there. Um, oh well, it says that here. We have saved the above words in this file here. All right, for your convenience, consequently, our command would be this here. So let's get this ready to go. Fire this off. All right, so it explains it here. Dash dash rules equals single covers more modification rules and transformations on the word list. Dash dash word list equals wordlist.txt is the custom and personalized word list that we created. PDF.hash is the hash generated from the password protected document. Now you have gained all the necessary knowledge to tackle the questions below and uncover Mayor malware or uncover what Mayor malware has been hiding in its password protected document. Okay, so we have everything we need. So go ahead and try to answer these questions yourself. Come back to the video and we will step through them. More than likely, we've already answered these questions. Let's answer these questions. Crack the hash value stored in hash1.txt. What was the password? Well, we did that earlier. And to see that password, we did this dash dash show hash1.txt. And fluffycat12 is the answer for that one. What is the flag at the top of the private.pdf file? Well, we can use this here, this PDF to text, and then the name of the PDF file, dash UPW, then the password that we saw earlier, which was this one here. And then I'm going to use head private.txt, okay? So there we go. There is the flag. Awesome. So I'm going to copy that over. Now, when you use this particular tool, it creates that text file for us, which is why I could just use head on it. So let me clear this out. ls. You can see it up here once I get this out of the way. See, private.txt. Okay, so you can use head to look at the first few lines on it, or you can just use cat private.txt. See, it's a huge file. That's probably why they wanted you to use head on it. So use many lines. But I mean, you could also pipe that into pipe this into like more or something. See, now you can see it at the top there. But anyway, so that is the end. It says to learn more about cryptography, we recommend the cryptography module. If you want to practice more hash cracking, please consider the John the Ripper, the basics room. Also check out my channel for any videos related to password, hash cracking, etc. and John the Ripper stuff, hashcat stuff. Make sure to visit my channel. There may be some videos there for you. But that completes today's task. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here with the notification bell so you know every time I post a new video or post to the channel. As always, thank you all for taking time to watch my video and comment below your thoughts and opinions of the video. Have a nice day, and I will see you later.